Welcome guys to another episode of Talking Points on the ManUnitedDaily YouTube channel. And in this one I'll be talking about the Reds' latest match against Liverpool that took place yesterday in the Capital One Cup, where United came out victors with the 1-0 victory and thus progressing to the fourth round of the cup, and it's the last 16. So the fourth round draw has been quite favourable to United again, and we have drawn Norwich at home, which if you look at it, it's a winnable game, because if it was at Norwich, then there might be some uncertainties because of the rotation of the squad, but because it's at home, you would think that we have enough quality with the backing of the crowd as well. We should go through into the quarterfinals, I think. So favourable home draw, and we should progress, but again, nothing should be taken for granted. But now let's go and talk about last night's game in more detail. So the first thing I picked out was that Chicharito is doing his thing again. We all know that he possesses great movement within the box, and he demonstrated that with the goal last night. Typical after half-time goal, similar like City, so a huge blow to the other team who conceded just after half-time. 40 seconds in, Rooney swung in a corner on the right-hand side, and Chicharito, great movement to lose Jose Enrique, kind of like shinned it in, but he twisted his body well and adjusted and improvised with his leg and just prodded it in. So Chicharito, we all know he finisher's instinct, poacher's goal, really once again demonstrate that he has that ability, but not just with his goal. I thought his overall play was really good, linking up with Rooney, Kagwa and Nani in particular, and because that was his first start of the season, he's still easing himself into full match fitness, but overall I thought he played really well. And the goal, we all know once he start going, he will probably get us at least into the double figures, nearer to the 20 goal a season mark. So Chicharito will be a big asset, and he showed why the team needs him last night. The second point I want to talk about was that Phil Jones was really good last night. I thought playing defensive midfielder suited him in that sort of type because of the floating rotation system that Liverpool provides with their attacking players. He read the play really well and was vital for the win, I thought, because like I said, the flotation kind of like system that Liverpool has, the players were picking up pocket space, and Jones with his athleticism, speed and also strength allowed himself to get into the challenges and doing a lot of the majority work that he had to do by himself just in front of the centre halves. And because Giggs was playing a bit more forward, sometimes Jones had to do that by himself. So Jones, I thought he played really well at that role, and some games in Champions League, particularly against the bigger teams, Fellaini and Carrick might form a three-man midfield, and Jones would be sitting the deepest, and Fellaini probably helping out the most. So Jones, I think his future still lies at centre half, but I thought last night he demonstrated that he can do definitely a job within that central midfield role. His passing is not going to be his forte, and it's not going to be his biggest strength, but neat and accurate passing, I guess, at times. But I thought his defensive display was outstanding. The third point I want to talk about was that Rafael was definitely missed when he was out, because finally we have a ball playing right back who can surge with the ball forwards without looking like he's a bit awkward and a bit untidy. But Rafael proved that he can be the at ball for United when needed, and with his surge and run with the interplay with Rooney before getting hauled down by Jordan Henderson was a perfect demonstration of that. Rafael, out ball attacking threat, which we have lacked in previous games. I think it can't be highlighted of the importance of the modern day fullback now, because it's so important to have good technical players. I'm not saying that Smalling, Jones wasn't, but it's not that optimal position. Smalling, right back at the weekend, got slaughtered by the press. I didn't think he the majority of the goals were his fault because he was just outnumbered at a far post and he couldn't do a lot about it. But I thought Smalling recovered well, played at his preferred position at centre back and did really well in the end. But I have to say, Rafael, we definitely missed him. I wished, like, during his absence, Fabio would have got more of a chance. He did get a chance against Crystal Palace, but at times against City, I know we needed more defensive players, but sometimes you need that outball, and I think Fabio or Rafael could have done that on Sunday, but it wasn't to be. But once again, Rafael highlighted his, or cementing his starting place within this 11 now. And the fourth point I want to talk about is kind of like interesting point, is that at times we can play without width because some neat interchanges with the four kind of like players, Rooney, Chicharito, Nani and Kagawa. Most of the time Kagawa and Nani were drifting inside a lot. They played just a short ball inside and then just run off the ball, leaving the flanks open. But I thought it was kind of like, it was clever to do that because with Liverpool, because they played through their back, they weren't going to be having a major overlap on the right hand side or the left hand side, so that allowed the wide players to drift in quite a lot. But against some other teams, we probably will have to have out and out wingers. But I think Nani and Kagawa can do a job out wide, providing width. But I think Kagawa, he prefers to have the overlap, thus creating space for himself, whereas Nani can do both. He can take players on one-on-one with a burst of pace, bit of trickery, and that sort of thing. But I thought last night was showed United fans that we can still create excitement and good football without always using width. Yes, width is going to be in our tradition for a very long time, and it will be carried on in the future with exciting wingers such as Yenize, Zaha and Nani, Kagawa, etc. But I think that last night, some of the movement and all that does show that we did do quite well without needing the whip so much. And some, in that sort of wingers and play, you can rely on your fullbacks as well to provide width. But the majority of the time they drifted in, and I don't think that was a major problem last night. And the fifth point I want to talk about was that we rode our luck quite a lot last night because by no means is that the complete performance, because it was a proper cup tie, good atmosphere, especially near the end as well, where everyone just started, singing and all that, so that was really good. Liverpool, like I said, was really dangerous, drifting into those little pocket of spaces, and they will, cause a lot of teams trouble with that sort of floating system. We were just lucky that Suarez being his first game back for a while, Henderson missed a couple of chances, their finishing wasn't on point. De Gea made a good save from Moses, but they made a lot of chances, and at time we were on the ropes, to be fair, because of how well they dominated the ball. And creatively, Suarez and Sturridge did create a lot of problems, but Johnny Evans and Chris Smalling with help of Jones and all that did quite well. And you need a bit of luck to go through these sort of like bigger games, and it just turns out that their finishing wasn't on point, and we just rode our luck. Suarez hit the bar of the free kick, but you could say that Kagawa was unlucky because he hit the bar. So it was tantalisingly on the edge and balanced, but overall I thought we scraped through by the skin out of our teeth, really. So Liverpool, they deserve credit for the efforts, but at the end of the day, it's the result what counts. And it would have been a relief for David Moyes and the team to get back on the winning ways after a disappointing Sunday. So onward and upwards to Saturday against West Brom now. And just the last segment, it's not really a point, but it's just something I wanted to do during this period, and it's called Kagawa Watch. So I just, last night, Shinji Kagawa getting a start after a lot of fans been saying that about the lack of creativity, including myself. He had a couple of loose touches near the box. I don't know if it was, he was lucky at times, but again, like I said in the earlier point, Liverpool's finishing was poor, so it went unpunished. I thought when he got into the middle, drifting in from the outside, he looked really neat. With like I said, interchanging with the other players, attacking players, Chicharito, Rooney, Nani, combined really well with them. And I think the highlight of the match was that his turn against Lucas Leiva, left-footed turn, ran and dribbled with the left foot, hit a great shot. Just so unlucky that it hit the bar, beating Mignolet. But when luck's against you, like Kagwa must be feeling it goes against you. But yeah, it shows that what he can do with the little pocket of space in the middle of the park. So a chance now, perhaps at the weekend with West Brom on the horizon, that he might get his wish and play in the middle role, that whole number 10, with perhaps Zaha coming into the team, providing that natural width on the left. So it could be an interesting weekend ahead, with hopefully Kagwa getting another chance within the team. I thought, like I said, some of his touches and that was really classy, especially the nutmeg on Steven Gerrard, which I'll be showing right now on the video. It's really classy touches from Kagwa. I thought it was encouraging once again, but I think he did most of his good work within the central bit of the pitch. So in some regards, I think that Rooney and Kagwa, that could be a combination of the weekend. I hope so, because I think Rooney on her form he is, but and Kagwa, I think deserves a chance to just see how he does in that central role. In a big Premier League game. So, but Chicharito I thought was a good plus point as well from last night. So, good win, and move on to the next round now. So there you guys have it for another episode of Talking Points. I hope you like this episode, guys, and yeah, if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up below, comment on the topics that I've been talking about. How did you think the defence do? Did you think that Kagwa deserves his chance as number 10, etc.? So leave your comment below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more content. You can check me out on Twitter at ManUnitedDaily, or go to the website ManUnitedDaily.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.